Hey there, beautiful people. Since puberty and up until this minute, I have suffered with acne. I know many of you do as well, and I completely sympathize with you. Today, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story and how I got my acne into remission. I am going to give you the top foods, the top supplements, and the top topical items or skincare items that I use to get my acne in control. You're going to want to hang with me. Hey there, this is Lindy Ford, registered dietitian, clinical and licensed nutritionist, and nutrition detective. So, my mission, the reason that I do this YouTube channel is to help you and inspire you by revealing the truth about health and nutrition that leads you to greater freedom, not just physical freedom, but emotional and spiritual freedom as well. That's why I do this. And so if you would like to, please subscribe to this channel. Hit that little bell there and it will give you notifications that new videos are here. You won't want to miss any of these videos, and also like this video if you do. Now, I'm talking about acne today. Guys, I understand the pain of acne. I have suffered really almost my whole life, my whole entire life with acne. In puberty, my skin became excessively oily. I have suffered with the enlarged pores, the blackheads, the pustules, the whole 9 yards. It's not just on my face, it's on my back, and it is really tough to deal with. Now, I have to be honest with you, when I was in my 20s, I did 2 rounds of Accutane, and that helped a little bit, helped to bring down the oil, but I still suffer with this. At my ripe old age today, I still have excessively oily skin, and that's why I'm probably never going to get like really close up to my pores like some of those beauty bloggers do. But I can tell you that it has been a tough battle. Acne is complicated, guys. And I have to tell you that people don't talk about this very often. They talk about all different causes, but we need to really start with one of the main root causes, and that is heredity. My mother suffered with acne, my dad didn't. So, of course, I had the perfect little sister that maybe had one pimple in adolescence. I'm still in therapy over that. But I can tell you that my mom really suffered in those days, 70s, 80s, even into the 90s. There was nothing for her, nothing. They gave her antibiotics, which even made it worse, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. And also antibiotic creams and ointments and topicals, and she really, benzoyl peroxide, really that was it. That was all she had. And I just remember her, my beautiful mom, who was so beautiful, crying one time in the bathroom because she was just so overwhelmed by the acne. So it has been a very painful journey for both of us. Basically, acne is the overproduction of sebum in your skin, but also mix that with bad bacteria and yeast and all kinds of things like that, and you're going to have acne. Now, I believe that acne is also hormonal, not just genetic, but also hormonal, and maybe all of the above. And so some of you that may not have the genetics may have the hormonal issues, and you can see that in young males, when the male androgens come out. You can see that in PCOS patients. I see that in my PCOS patients all the time because they have an overabundance of the male androgens, as well as when females are getting ready to menstruate. They always get a few more acne, pimples, especially around their chin. And then there's also comedogenic acne. That's another type of acne, and that really is from your skincare products or your hair care products. If you're breaking out around your hairline, you probably have comedogenic acne because of the you're clogging those follicles. You need to use all non-comedogenic products. You could get it from makeups and creams that you're putting on your face, the sunscreens that you're putting on your face, as well as, people don't realize this, your pillowcase and your towels and things that come in your hands, anything with bacteria. So always use clean pillowcases and towels, and change that pillowcase a lot. The other issue with acne that I see is gut health. When people do not have optimum gut health, they normally will be more prone to acne. How do we get poor gut health? There's a myriad of ways. We don't eat enough of those gut building foods. We also are taking prescription drugs that break down that gut lining, that really important intestinal lining that leads to intestinal permeability. And the top offenders are, number one, antibiotics. People don't realize how dangerous antibiotics. I don't want to live in a world without antibiotics, but people don't realize what they do to the gut, and that you have to build your gut up for sometimes up to 2 years after you take one course of antibiotics. Also, birth control pills ruin gut health, as well as NSAIDs. NSAIDs like ibuprofen and naproxen and those types of drugs, and PPIs like Nexium and Prilosec and those type of drugs. They break down your gut. I am right now going to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to food. I'm going to start with food and the top foods to avoid as well as to add. And we're going to start with the good. And number one is prebiotic foods. I'm going to link a link below. I did a great video, a really good video on prebiotic foods, the new science behind prebiotic foods, and how important they are to gut health. These aren't, I know you guys think fiber. Yes, prebiotics are fiber, but I don't want you to think grains so much. I want you to think about vegetables like artichokes and leafy greens and things like that. Then we have probiotic foods, and that is fermented foods. I know some of you may not have a taste for fermented foods, but I'm telling you, just eating a little bit of them every day, even a tablespoon of sauerkraut or something like that every day, is going to help your gut health. Along with those prebiotics, kefir is very helpful, as well as apple cider vinegar with mother, the fermented, any kind of fermented foods. I'm not talking beer, guys. I'm talking about fermented foods that have real bacteria that really haven't been adulterated with vinegar in them. So just try to keep it to a pure form. Other thing is good fats. This is another good thing for your to prevent acne as well as to treat acne. People don't realize that the good fats are anti-inflammatory. Let me tell you something, guys. Whenever you have an anti-inflammatory diet, you're going to have less acne. Anti-inflammatory equals less acne. I promise you that. Coconut oil is especially good, is probably one of the best good fats out there. The reason for that is it has antimicrobial properties. And other good fats are like avocados, avocado oils, olives, olive oil, but never cook with olive oil. Those kind of things, even grass-fed butter and ghee, those fats are amazing, but coconut oil reigns supreme when it comes to acne. I probably do about a tablespoon or two of coconut oil a day. I even put it in my coffee in the morning. Don't knock it. I know some of you are like just horrified at that. Now let's go to the bad. Now I could put these in the ugly category as well, but I'm going to put them in the bad, and that is polyunsaturated fats. I'm going to link a link below, just explain polyunsaturates. They are the canola, the soybean, the vegetable, the peanut, the corn, all those very, very refined oils that we eat so much of. If you go into a fast food place, you are going to be overloaded with them. A couple French fries are going to give you that. They are inflammatory. When you have an inflammatory oil, you are going to have more acne. It just goes hand in hand. I'm not saying you can never eat those. I'm saying to bring your consumption of them way down and eat the healthy fats and the healthy oils. And of course, trans fats are another bad thing. Trans fats or hydrogenated oils are supposed to be taken out of our food supply this year. I still see them in stores at times. So I don't know what's happening, but I'm hoping that they're going to be phased out altogether because they are so detrimental to heart disease as well as immunity and so many other things. Then we're going to go to the ugly, and that is sugar. Sugar in all of its forms, dextrose or sucrose, anything with os on the end. If you see os on the end, it is a sugar, okay? So just be careful with sugars because they increase the yeast in our body, they increase the bad bacteria. Yes, they do. Just replace them with something else. I know a lot of us have a sweet tooth. I'm a carboholic. I never met a sweet I didn't love. I just don't eat a lot of them because I care more about my health, my body, and I'm vain. I'm a vain woman. I want my skin to look really good. And taking sugar out is so important. And kind of going along with sugar is grains. Grains of all kinds raise insulin. You know I'm going to talk about insulin every single video. Insulin is inflammatory and will create acne in your body. Lower all your grains down to very small portions of whole grains. If you want to do some whole grains, you can, but I don't even do a lot of those. So that's any wheat, barley, rice, and any type of inflammatory grains. The only grains that I really like are the more ancient sprouted grains. Now, supplements. Always get help with your supplements. Supplements are tricky sometimes. For example, a lot of people will come in to see me almost every week. I find somebody coming in to see me with they're on a multi, and I quickly take them off that multi because they've gotten it at Target, or they've gotten it at Costco or whatever, and it doesn't have It first of all, it's a synthetic vitamin and it has a lot of issues with it, but one of the biggest issues is that it doesn't have some methylated B vitamins. That's another video. And omega-3s as well. I see so many inferior omega-3s, and they can be downright dangerous. So I'm going to show you some products today that I really like. They're not the only ones, but there's some that I like. You want to just get a multivitamin. You want to make it as whole food as possible from a reputable company. I like Pure Encapsulations. I use Innate formula. There's a link below. You can get anything you want from my dispensary. They just opened it up this year to my YouTube followers for 20% off. I just love that. And that is below. Also a probiotic. The probiotics that I use, I absolutely love. The most advanced one that I use, and you can get this on Emerson in the Wellevate dispensary, is the Ultimate FloraMax. That is 150 billion, but more than the potency of the strain, it has 40 different strains. Again, that's going to build that gut along with those prebiotic foods. The other one that I use quite extensively, I use other probiotics in this line as well, depending on the condition, but the one, and again, you need to talk to a healthcare professional about this, is called the Total Woman Care. Now, this is only 12 strains. It's not the 40 strains, and so it's not as expensive, but it is 90 billion. So you probably want to, if you're going to do a good probiotic, a lot of people will come in to see me and they're on like acidophilus that they got from the drugstore. That's like going into battle with a squirt gun instead of the AK-47 that you want to go into battle with. That's what this is. So I'm like, okay, that's nice, but you're really wasting your money on any kind of probiotic that's not refrigerated, that doesn't have the 12 strains, and that is not potent enough. So the other thing is omega-3s. I will die on the omega-3 hill. It's so difficult unless you're eating omega-3s at every meal to get your optimal amount. So and a lot of times people are taking omega-3s and they're just not taking enough. They're not taking a more potent. I see a lot of people in 500-700 milligrams a day when they really need to be on like 3,000. I mean, I'm taking 3,000 to 4,000 milligrams of omega-3s for 1,000 different reasons, and I'll link that below. It's called Amazing Magic Oil. It's not just for acne. If it helps with the acne, guys, it's going to help your entire body. And the one that I use, and I've talked about this before, you can get it on Emerson. I think it is the best bang for your buck. You can buy it retail if you want because it is expensive, but it gives you about 1,000 milligrams per cap, which most of them only give you 500. So you're getting twice the amount of omega-3 for only 25% more of the price. It's a triglyceride base. It has been molecularly distilled, and you always want to get your omega-3s in that form. Then also vitamin D. Guys, I have read several studies, about 3 different studies since 2014, on the fact that the people, this is literally true, people that have the lowest amount of vitamin D in their system, which that's another, I'll link that video below, that's another, wow, that's another big topic, have the most acne. And you need to realize that your lab levels that say 30 are not enough, according to the #1 vitamin D researcher in the world. The man is absolutely brilliant, and I would not have, I wouldn't be comfortable unless mine were over 60, and I keep mine around 80 milligrams per deciliter. So even if your doc says, oh, 30 is fine, that's suboptimal. Just know that they should be over 60 milligrams. And sunshine, guys, listen, we have really demonized sunshine. Sunshine is so important. I do not agree with this, like us, becoming vampires and staying out of the sun or slathering a lot of comedogenic sunscreen all over us. Yes, we do not need to burn. No, we shouldn't be, baking in the sun. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying good, healthy amounts of sunshine is really good for acne and for vitamin D. And I totally disagree with this, like just totally staying out of the sun. Yes, we need a little bit of sunscreen. I'm not saying I use a mineral one, but I also have some exposed skin to the sun, and it's healthy and it's okay. We have gone overboard on that. And then there's zinc. Zinc you need to be so careful with. You need to combine with your multi. If you want to take some extra zinc, I wouldn't go over 30 milligrams with multi and another supplement of zinc, because it competes with copper, and you could become copper deficient very easily, and that could lead to some depression and some issues. Okay, topically, there's a lot you can do. Of course, you want to start with your, you really want to start from within and then work out. Okay, so get your health, get your body, get your gut in order. But it's always good. I'm a junkie. I am. I admit that. I admit that right here and now. I am a skincare junkie. I love great skincare. I love stuff that works, and so I try everything. The 3 ingredients that I like the best right now for acne is not benzoyl peroxide. Do not like that at all. Is tea tree, but a good quality tea tree, salicylic acid, as well as witch hazel. Witch hazel has been around for hundreds of years, right? And it's cheap, guys. I think this was $6.99, and you could probably get it on sale for you probably could get it for $5 if you look. So it is a great astringent. I don't recommend using alcohol on your face. It's a little bit too much and too drying. For some people, this does have a little bit of grain alcohol. It may be too much for you, but I use witch hazel almost every day, and it's very inexpensive, and so I can spend less money on a toner and more money on a serum. And I have to say, my favorite serum right now for acne is something called True Skin. I found this on Amazon, and I love this. I love this serum. I have it on right now. I use it. This is really the only thing that I use on my face. I use more serum and a cream on my neck. Sometimes I'll use a cream on my face that is a mattifying cream, because I have more oil than a Texas oil field. I mean, it's really almost ridiculous. Good in some ways, but bad. But this has vitamin C, it has niacinamide, it has retinol, it has hyaluronic acid, and it has salicylic acid. So it has 2 of my faves in it. It has the salicylic acid, has the tea tree in it. So 2 of those favorite things that are great acne fighters. It's called True Skin Tea Tree Clear Skin Super Serum, and that is on Amazon, and it retails anywhere from $22 to $24, which I think is great. Now, I have to say, I have to give a disclaimer. These 2 next products I love. I've talked about them in other videos, skincare videos. I love them, but they are prestige products. They're higher priced products. I always look on eBay. You have to be careful with eBay because you have a lot of fakes there, so you have to be really careful. But I always try to get them a little bit, I get them in large sizes, and I normally get them from wholesalers. So but if you just want to get them from Amazon, you can. And the one that I love so much, and I can never give up, it'll probably be in my hand, you know, my cold hand when I die, is this Daily Microfoliant by Dermalogica. This stuff is amazing. It does have salicylic acid, but it has colloidal oatmeal, which is also a great acne fighter. And it used to have sulfates in it. It doesn't anymore, which I'm so happy about, but it has rice bran extract, which I think is a very good acne fighter, as well as salicylic, ginkgo biloba. It has a lot of really good natural stuff in it that fights acne, and I just think it just unclogs my pores. It makes my skin glow, and it just dissolves really nice. It's not too harsh. I can use it every day. I love it. But they just came out with Dermalogica just came out with another product that I'm starting to experiment with also. It has some great ingredients, also non-clogging, you know, really brightening ingredients, and that is the Daily Superfoliant. Now, this one actually retails for 2 ounces, like $45 to $60. The other one in about $40 for 2.6 ounces. But I have to say, this one has that. It has like a clay. It has the what's it called? Like a activated charcoal in it, which kind of sops up some of that oil as well. And I kind of like this. The jury's out whether I like one or the other better, but I probably will never give that one up because I love it so much. So there you go. I understand. I completely understand how frustrated you are. I have hereditary, hormonal, I probably have all of the above. I had gut health issues at one time, I don't anymore, but I have really put my acne in remission. I do break out from time to time, so frustrating. And I am very, very oily. I just know kind of how to, you know, deal with it. I just deal with it with all kinds of different, you know, like the clear skin and that kind of thing. I'm just really try to make sure that the products that I use are not going to clog my pores any more than they are already clogged. So anyway, if you would please just give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, as well as please subscribe to this channel, and also please follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'd love to see you there. Just say, hey Lindy, I'm here. I saw you on YouTube. That would be great. And just remember that everybody, every single person out there deserves the freedom to live their best life and to live their best acne-free life. I will see you in the next video.